Today, Bitcoin is bigger than Visa. Let that sink in. Today, Bitcoin is showing that its new decentralized, futuristic infrastructure is leaving behind the legacy projects that we had known and relied upon to this point. And even though Bitcoin and Visa might not be the best comparisons, it's still a stark realization that the size of Bitcoin is something that is not to be denied. But this chart I'm going to show you right now suggests that Ethereum is about to explode. Yes, a lot of people have been wondering, when Ethereum? So today I'm going to be showing you exactly why I think Ethereum is going to explode. And if you guys are excited to hear why altcoins are next, then all you have to do is smash that like button. And remember, of course, that each and every comment on this video is entered to win your very own hardware wallet. I guess we're just going to do it that the winner will get to choose their hardware wallet. If you want a ledger, you can get a ledger. If you want a Trezor, you can get a Trezor. If you want something else, something more exotic, go ahead. We'll discuss it once you win. With that said, let's dive in. Now, as we can see, Bitcoin has just passed the Visa market cap, which to me is a visual and mental comparison that absolutely makes it crystal clear the size of which this innovation is now starting to compete. Of course, for the real believers out there, we know that Bitcoin's potential goes way beyond that of one centralized payments company. The potential for a decentralized native currency of the internet goes even beyond that of gold, goes beyond that of many different assets. The reality is, as time goes on, especially as measured in US dollar terms, the hard-capped nature of Bitcoin and the reality that people lose Bitcoins, they end up losing access to their accounts. There's a lot of coins that have left circulation. The reality of Bitcoin is it's deflationary. Less and less comes into the world each halving cycle, but beyond that, there is a realistic loss of Bitcoin that happens all the time. And so with Bitcoin being essentially deflationary and the US dollar being inflationary, in US dollar terms, there's really no limit to how high this can fly. However, to see Bitcoin now thriving above Visa, looking up towards companies like Samsung, Berkshire Hathaway, Tesla, Alibaba, Tencent, Facebook, Alphabet, and quite literally has the potential to be worth all of these combined. The reality for Bitcoin is that this is just getting started, and the institutional inflow of orders into this incredible asset, we've never really seen this kind of steady growth out of Bitcoin. There haven't been violent drops, and it's all indicative of high institutional order flow. As Anthony Scaramucci said, there is an avalanche of new institutional investors coming to Bitcoin that are going to keep pushing this price up and up and up. Now, I did want to point to this chart, which shows some hidden bearish divergence here on Bitcoin, which is showing essentially that the volume just keeps going down as the price keeps going up. Now, we all know what happened with Ripple and XRP last week with the threat of the lawsuit and essentially the real fear that some of these more centralized cryptocurrencies might come under scrutiny from the Securities Exchange Commission. Now, that has led to an absolute outflow of cryptocurrency from XRP into Bitcoin. We saw the panic out of Ripple, and we saw that pretty much go into Bitcoin because Bitcoin is the one that almost everybody's pretty sure has gotten the check mark from the authorities as being essentially a compliant non-security. And for that reason, we're seeing that Bitcoin's price kind of erupted up another leg, but there really wasn't this big flurry of activity. It was more of an exit out of XRP. Meanwhile, people have been saying to themselves, well, what's going on with Ethereum? When Altseason? When can we expect for this magical Altseason to begin? Because coins like Ethereum are getting left behind. They're getting left behind. Of course, it's no secret that from its lows of earlier this year, Ethereum is up literally over 600%, which honestly is about what Bitcoin's experienced. So to me, the growth from Ethereum and Bitcoin have been somewhat comparable, and I expect that relationship to continue. But the reality is that Ethereum, in my mind, is set for even bigger gains. I believe that there is a narrative, as I've put out there, for Ethereum to reach prices of upwards of 20,000, 30,000. That's just the reality of parabolic markets like cryptocurrency. And there's this one chart that we're about to show you, very similar to the Bitcoin chart, that suggests that Ethereum is getting ready to make its move. And here you see the hidden bullish divergence here on Ethereum. Now, to me, Ethereum is a play that I feel really comfortable with because over time, it's been clear that what's going on Ethereum is pretty unshakable. And I believe that what's going on with Polkadot only makes Ethereum better. better. There's also the promise of Cardano, which is starting to heat up. Again, until Cardano is out live functioning and people are using it, I still remain a little bit skeptical because the timing of Cardano has been promised for so long. And Charles Hoskinson's a very convincing man. He's a very interesting man, but just the actual progress of Cardano has just been a little slow. But regardless, what we've seen is that developers keep choosing Ethereum time and time again. And much like Bitcoin, how there's cheaper, faster versions of Bitcoin that allow you to send things instantaneously for free, and they're much easier to use. The user experience is better. They consume less energy and all those things. The reality is that people choose the more secure and more trusted, longer lasting chain time and time again. And that's what we've seen out of Bitcoin. And the same thing holds for Ethereum. Ethereum, to me, is the king of all smart contracts platforms. And in time, I do believe it will end up scaling to the point where it can meet our needs. And Polkadot, remember, is there to help offload resources from Ethereum and will in turn make Ethereum better. Now, that doesn't mean there aren't amazing opportunities in Polkadot. I personally am going to be highlighting a ton of them over the coming days and weeks. However, Ethereum right now with this chart to me shows that it could be ready to make an absolutely astounding move. And so when alt season, I do feel like alts are really coming up soon. And whether Bitcoin moves up another few $1,000 or not, I believe that alts will soon have their day. Speaking of top alts, out of one of this channel's favorite coins, Alliance Block, ALBT, we had another absolutely gangbusters day, setting a new all-time high just about an hour ago at just under 30 cents here. Remember, we were covering this thing since 4 cents. It's been an absolute amazing performer. And if you're wondering why it's performing today, well, just look at this. They have 4 days until the BNB/ALBT liquidity mining program goes live on Binance chain with 1 million BALBT token rewards for the first month. That will be an initial APY of 12,000%. 12,000%. So if you guys want to learn how to get up and running with ALBT staking, essentially entering into the BNB/ALBT liquidity mining program, we're going to be covering that because I think it's pretty cool. I retweeted it here on my profile. So if you guys are following me on Twitter, twitter.com/LEOTrades, you can see this link right here. Again, the link to my Twitter is in the description of this video. Highly encourage you guys to follow me. We're up to 30,000 followers here on Twitter. It's been absolutely phenomenal growing this community here on Twitter. So definitely click over here and you can see this post and learn how to stake to get that crazy APY for ALBT. But again, you're showing that these good alts that have tremendous potential upside and fundamentals, even when, if you look back, even when they had these really like sort of lackluster performances over the past few months, you saw that it came down from about 16 cents all the way down to 4.5 cents here. And then it came all the way down again to 6 cents or 5 cents. And then if you're not following the tech here, you probably would have gotten bored or maybe thinking this thing's a non-performer, and then you get this absolute rocket ride once the tech starts getting recognized. The same thing happened with PRQ. A lot of this happens with good altcoins. That's why I preach that you guys learn how to do the fundamental analysis and find good technology, because if you do and you find the good projects and you know how to sniff them out, then you can get these kinds of reactions in the market. And again, I'm all about lower cap altcoins, because if we're here looking at CoinGecko and you're looking at these top altcoins, Ethereum, XRP, of course, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Polkadot, Binance Coin, Cardano, Chainlink, all of them have been pretty much stagnant, as a lot of the coins we're covering on this channel are going up hundreds of percent, multiple X's. We're not even measuring in percent, we're measuring in X's. And that's the kind of math we want to be doing here in a bull market. Whereas you look at these bigger coins, the top 20, the top 50, and you're just sort of waiting around. You're waiting around for alt season and sort of hoping and praying that all the money goes from Bitcoin into the alts. And you're essentially just along for the ride. Whereas if you learn to find new lower cap gems and you actually get there early, then you can be proactive and you can often move your portfolio much faster and much stronger than if you had just gotten into the big coins and waited. So to me, quite frankly, if you're sitting around asking yourself when alt season, you are doing it wrong. You're simply doing it wrong. And I believe that that game is a little outdated. I think that when alt season hits, everything will pump, but so will those low cap gems that are also bull run versions. And so if you think that the alt season is just going to be relegated to the top 20 and top 50 coins, I've got news for you. The game has been updated. People know where the gains really are. And I don't think that the top 50 and top 20 are going to net nearly the same results as the amazing low cap projects that have not been recognized by the market yet. Again, not financial advice. This is how I'm playing the market. I've had tremendous success with this over the past few months. And I just like to pass along the lessons I've learned in managing my own portfolio to you guys, as we're seeing the effect now of doing the research and finding the low cap opportunities. It is undeniable to me in the market that there is nothing that compares to the newer lower cap opportunities. So there you have it. Bitcoin is now worth more than Visa, and altcoins, especially Ethereum, are showing some bullish divergence that are suggesting that a big leg up is coming, especially against Bitcoin. The reality is that Bitcoin does whatever Bitcoin wants to. It could continue up to 30, 40K and beyond, and it seems as though institutions are swooping into all these dips, buying them up with their sophisticated investment infrastructure and making sure that none of this bull run is as jagged or violent as bull runs of yesteryear. And that is tremendously opportunistic and providing a liquidity floor for the entire market. And what could happen next is that these altcoins just continue to spiral and grow. And the sophisticated investors are getting smarter too. It doesn't mean that they're just going to pump all their money into those big altcoins that have been sitting on the market for years. No, I believe that with the rise of Uniswap and the access to these smaller, less liquid, more opportunistic altcoins, I believe that bigger money will go for smaller cap opportunities in the future. Now, if you do love some of these big cap altcoins, what I do is I take profits from my low cap opportunities, and instead of just stashing them maybe all in Bitcoin and Ethereum, maybe you put some into Chainlink, maybe you put some into Ocean, maybe you put some into Ren, Aave, Synthetics, whatever are your sort of blue chip coins that you're looking forward to performing exceptionally well over the coming bull run. I distribute profits into those from my low caps. Again, not financial advice, it's just how I do it, and it's how I keep myself from just sitting, crossing my fingers, and praying that the price goes up. I don't like being passive in the market. I like being highly active. And by being highly active, you can keep your portfolio moving. Of course, there is more risk in the lower cap opportunities, but if you find something under 5 million market cap, under 1 million market cap, it's got strong team tech fundamentals and it hasn't pumped yet, chances are in a market like this, if you did your really good due diligence and there's some buzz about the project, it will get its time in the light. If you manage your stack well, pull out your initials, de-risk the position, then you'll be able to constantly move and grow your portfolio and essentially collect assets across the space in case one of them does do that magical 100x, 1000x, whatever could happen in this bull run of titanic proportions. Anyway, we should all just take a minute and celebrate Bitcoin's historic run and get ready, because I believe that Ethereum, as the tip of the spear for the altcoin market, will start moving next. If you guys are excited for this, if you got some value out of this, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up. And of course, if you guys want to know about the gems that I'm coming with next, and yes, there are going to be many and varied, then you're going to want to subscribe and put that bell notification on, and you'll be the first people in the entire world to know what gems I'm choosing. If you guys want to connect with me personally, please follow me on Telegram or Twitter. The links for both of those are in the description. And as always, my name's Elio Trades. I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon on the next episode.